highly contested. There's 7 teams in this division.
I think Spades will come in first place in Florida.
there's 7 teams that could still make the playoffs. 7 teams within 3 games of each other. The Privateers, Russell is in first place at 10-5. He holds the tiebreaker advantage over Smear the Queers, who are also 10-5. Mikey lost a couple games. He's 9-6.
Right.
Then we get into 4th place. The Busty Lusties right now with an 8-7 record. They scored 121 points.
Busty Lusty was doing good at the very beginning.
Oh, she's still doing good. Oh, Chrissy's always doing good.
Yeah, but she was what, 5-0 or 6-0?
Just looks alone, she gave her 2 wins. Don't you think?
Yes.
Maybe 3 wins.
Yeah, the Busty. I mean, can't go wrong with Busties.
Let me ask you this. Who would you rather see naked? Would you rather see the Busty Lusties naked or injured reserve? Mikey or Chrissy? Who'd you rather see naked?
You. Where's Busty Lusty? Where's Busty Lusty going?
But anyways, Chrissy sits in the 4th spot. She's got a 33% chance of making the playoffs. The Rocks dropped 2 games. Mark Doucet's team, like you said, I agree with you. Carson Palmer, TJ Hujmanzada. That's all he's got. The rest of the team,
Chad Johnson and Cameron Cash. Do you watch the game Sunday when TJ Hujmanzada walked up to Shad like, this is how you catch the ball?
Oh, I missed that.
This is how you catch? I'm like,
TJ knows, yeah, he's the better receiver on that team.
I'll teach him my other fantasy football.
And I just picked up Chris Henry, who's off his 8-game resting suspension. I think he's going to do okay. Yeah, I think he's going to do okay. And I got a trade going on with the Air Dogs coming up here pretty soon.
Have you seen a picture of Chris Henry? Doesn't he look like a
convict?
No, a convict from Compton.
Yeah, sure. He looks like he should
Compton
be.
Convict?
I think he should be out robbing.
I mean, that guy's
robbing grocery stores
looking.
and everything. Yes, he is extremely scary looking. But
he sort of like Michael Jackson when he's blacker.
You know, Sonny told me the other day. He comes home and told me Michael Jackson committed suicide, and I believed it. He told me it on Halloween. I'm all googling it. Oh my God, Johnny Michael Jackson dead.
My favorite singer.
Suicide.
Yeah.
He's upstairs in his room listening to Beat It with sniffles. So the Rocks have got a 27% chance of making it.
Do you beat it?
Now, no. The content of the show. Come on. Now let's talk about your brother for a second. Let's talk about your brother for a second.
Okay.
Your brother has won 2 games in a row. He's 8-7. He's tied. He's tied in that 4th place right now. He's actually a 6th seed due to the tiebreaker. He's got a 20% chance of making the playoffs. Man Horrors, we'll get to them in just a second. But I predicted on the first show that it's going to be a Moshan Bowl. I think your brother and you are going to meet in the championship game. Now your brother struggled a little bit. He's 8-7. His quarterbacks are for poop. David Carr. I don't know who else he trounces out there each and every week. They're jokes. He's got some good. He's got 4 good running backs. Marshawn Lynch, Amon Green, Kevin Jones. Blah, blah, blah. There's another one.
Yeah, blah, blah. Yeah, him too.
There's another one.
What? He has the running backs all cornered on his side. He won't release them right now.
Why won't he trade for a quarterback?
You know
what's going on with your? He needs to trade for a quarterback. Norman pleaded with him last week to trade Jeff Garcia.
I know. Actually, I talked to Norman Buzz when I got back from Vegas.
And I don't think that was...
started talking to him. You want to trade? I'm like, you're talking the wrong Moshan. I was back from Vegas. So
how often does that happen? Do you ever end up in bed with a girl and they're like, oh my God, this is the wrong Moshan, and they get up and leave?
On Eric's side, yes. Like, oh my God, I thought you were juicing. That's why I didn't feel anything.
But why isn't your brother trading for a quarterback? I think this is a no-brainer.
I don't know why.
If he gets a good quarterback, I think his team is right up there.
You know what? I think his head went to craps when he changed his name to Idaho Crackheads to Bitch Magnet. I mean, come to Bitch Magnet. I mean, when's the last time you seen with the chick?
Well,
I know you seen it last week.
Back in the day, he was
but
the
he's
man.
falling it back in the day.
No, I don't hang out.
Keyword back.
Now, I don't hang out with Eric enough to know what is going on as far as the Bitch Magnet nowadays is concerned. But back in the day, he was.
Have you seen his forums lately?
No, I haven't. Would you like to tell me about him?
But I don't know.
Well, right now, Eric's got a 20% chance of making the playoffs if he's a lottery team. Do you think he's going to get in the top 3? I mean,
who are you playing this week?
We'll get to that in just a second. It changes every week. But do you think your brother's going to make the playoffs?
It'd be really tough without a quarterback.
Okay.
And it also depends who's playing, though.
True. Well, I mean, everyone's got an equal schedule for the most part.
Right.
Let's finish up here. The Man Whores have got a 13% chance. They're 7-8. They're only a game behind this mass bunch of teams in front of them. Dane Wilson does a lot of talking as well. Dane was on the show thinking he's going to win it all. He got Heinz Ward from Robbie
Hines Ward didn't do anything last week.
You think he's an up and down? Your Roethlisberger threw 5 touchdowns, seemed to miss Hines Ward. That cost Dane a victory.
No, I was happy with that.
Yeah.
Because I was playing against him.
Oh, that's right, you were.
But Pittsburgh Steelers scored me 24 points on the defense.
Well, they dominated the Ravens.
I know.
And then my brother, 0-15, 7% chance of making the playoffs as a lottery team. Wouldn't that be funny if somehow the Spades gets in as a lottery?
Again? He didn't do that like
he did 2 years ago.
2 years
he got
ago
in
with only one ball or something like that?
1 ball, 3-11 record. He got in, beat Sonny in the first round, actually won money. Maybe that's what he's banking on again.
So you never know.
You never
know.
All right, well let's get to some of the matchups, and I want to get and I'm not and there's a bunch of games we're going to highlight. We're going to highlight a few of them, okay?
Right.
And we're going to start in your division. You're playing the Pussycats. Jen is needing a victory to stay in the playoff race. She's 7-9. You're 14-2. She's got Peyton Manning.
I've been looking at Jen's roster every single day and see how her players are doing. All she has Peyton Manning, Bettis, her wide receivers, running backs. Sean Alexander might be out, so I might put Morris in. So, honestly, I hate to say it, I think I have her on this one.
Sure. You know what I do too.
I really do.
A better game, though, I think, is you against the Privateers. First place battles. Your first place in the Hunt division at 14-2. Russ 10-5. First place. Russ is on a little bit of a roll.
Right. Privateers. I looked at his schedule earlier, and he has. I forgot. I wrote it down. What's his quarterback?
Brett Favre.
Brett Favre.
Yep.
You know what? It might be a close one, but I think I'll win by about 14 or 16 points.
Ooh. Yeah. Now let's get to a big matchup in your division, and this matchup has a lot of placing implications. The Norm Buds play the Brew Crew. Norm Buds 2.5 games back, Les 3.5 games back. Who do you think will win, and who are you rooting for in this one?
Actually, I'm rooting for Les because I made a joke about him earlier, so I feel bad. But you know what, Norm Buds? You know what? I look at his team every single week because I was looking at who's close to me, and he just does not have a solid team.
Now people will say that all year, and the Norm Buds are right there.
Yeah, but. Look at, you know what, he has 100 points behind me on the total points. I mean, so he's actually a game and a quarter behind me.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, and the only games all Dallas is playing are weak teams, weak defenses. That's why Tona Homo is getting all of
Romo has been a stud.
And you know what, Marion Barber out of the league, but Marion Barber, I know, I was telling my buddy earlier today, if Marion Barber was the main majority running back at Dallas would be a stronger team, a better team. Get Julius Jones, then Norm Buds will have a better team.
I agree. I think Marion Barber is a stud. Marion Barber is a beast. Now, here's the thing. If Romo is really a homo, don't you think you play some Winky Wars? Did you see the Winky Wars sign? If you ever see somebody flash a sign to you on the street, cover your groin area because they're going to play Winky Wars with you.
You've been to San Francisco too many times.
I'm just telling you what I learned.
What's Winky Wars?
Winky Wars, WW Winky Wars. You don't know what Winky Wars are?
No, I never heard of it.
Oh, well, Norman.
I guess San Francisco. Norman, you're from San Francisco.
No. Well, Robbie Rivera came up. We had to have signs and lingo last week because Robbie's into the homies and stuff like that. So we had to come up with signs for stuff. So that was, if you ever see somebody flashes at you, cover the groin area or wear a protective cup. I'm just giving you a little, and to you out there as well, the same thing. Same thing. So let's go to a
newsflash.
Now, if Norman wins this, you and him play the following week, and that could very well be. That could very well be for first place in your division because he could be a game and a half back. He could pull it within a half game, and he beat you earlier in the year. He's one of those 2 losses
by 4 points. If Derek Anderson, you know what? It's still lost. That sucks.
Norm Buds.
Yes. You know what? This week, I'm pretty happy about it. But next week, Smear the Queers and Norm Buds, I think it'll be a tough game.
Well, let's look to your brother a little bit. The Bitch Magnet plays Smear the Queers this week.
He should be Idaho Crackhead.
Now,
Bitch Magnet.
I agree. Now, there's a poll on it. It should have been the Idaho Crackhead.
I know.
I think Eric has got an identity crisis. And as your brother, why don't you talk to him? He needs help.
All he says is like, dude.
Well, he's always said
Eric.
That. He's always said that.
Dude, I'm the best. I can do whatever I want. No matter what I do, I'm gonna win. I'm the best, dude.
He does pretty good. Playoffs.
Yeah, but
anyways, he's got a big matchup against Smear the Queers. Smear the Queers, James Chapman is without Tom Brady this week.
I know that.
Bitch Magnet is without a quarterback. I don't know who he's going to start unless he makes a trade. Does he have a shot on this? His running backs are... Marshawn Lynch had a great game last week for the Buffalo Bills.
Doesn't Eric have Lemon? Who? Cleo Lemon?
Cleo Lemon, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Cleo Lemon.
You know what? With a name like Cleo Lemon, he should be a race car.